Welcome to another edition of Frank and Candid. It is a good-looking Wednesday, hump day. I hope all is well. I'm Tony Nias, and it's good to have you on board. Let's go to the news as usual. Johnson & Johnson says it has agreed to provide up to 400 million doses of its one-dose COVID-19 vaccine to African countries starting this summer. The drug maker said under its agreement with African Vaccine Acquisition Trust, the company will provide up to 220 million vaccine doses for the African Union's 55 member countries, with delivery beginning in the July to September quarter. The trust will be able to order 180 million additional doses from J&J for a total of up to 400 million shots through 2022. J&J also has a tentative agreement with Gavi, the Vaccine Alliance, to help support the World Health Organization-backed COVAX program to get COVID-19 vaccines to 190 low and middle income countries, many of them in Africa. Johnson & Johnson and Gavi still need to sign an advance purchase agreement to provide up to 500 million doses of J&J vaccine to that program through 2022. Out of St. Lucia. St. Lucia is gearing up to welcome its first international cruise ship since closure to the sector amid the global COVID-19 pandemic. Following considerable dialogue with local authorities, Royal Caribbean Cruise Line has signaled the return of the cruise industry to St. Lucia after more than a year, naming her as a port of call on a mid-July itinerary. That will see Celebrity Millennium make its first voyage of the season to the destination, as well as to sister islands and home ports of St. Martin and Barbados on its southern Caribbean route. Preliminary discussions with Royal Caribbean include a commitment that both passengers and crew over the age of 18 years would all have to be vaccinated, full compliance to pre-arrival COVID-19 testing, and that tour operations will be conducted within a green corridor. Additionally, all persons disembarking would be subject to the standard protocols of wearing a face mask, physical distancing, and sanitizing. That's what's happening on the scene, on the world scene. Here at home, just a reminder that the Honorable Eugene Hamilton, constituency number 8 representative, will be in Connery for one-on-one discussions this afternoon at 3. That's from 3 until 7:30 at the Connery Community Center. At the moment, he is in Keon with one-on-one. That ends at 12 today, so you still have a little time to meet with him. And if you're in Connery, he will be there at 3 o'clock this afternoon until 7:30. All right, so that's what's happening. Okay, for today, as we move through this Holy Week and into a Easter weekend, long anticipated Easter weekend, end of Lent, celebrations, all of that. Usually around this time, a lot of things happening for Easter, on the Easter weekend. Usually we have kite flying and all these other activities. We have the traditional activities, aquatic sports down at the ferry terminal area. But this is COVID time, and things are not the same, at least for this year. All the more reasons why we need to get vaccinated so we can get some semblance of normalcy back. But in studio with me to talk about some of that is the man behind all of that for many, many years. I believe he's been doing it for, I don't know, 60-something years. But we will talk about some of the things he's involved in. He's going to give us a report on what is happening this weekend, and we will talk about culture and everything else as we go through this morning. And the man himself is Mr. Culture himself, Zach Nisbet. Zach, good morning. Welcome to Frank and Candid.
A pleasant good morning to you, Mr. Nias. Once again, it's nice to be here in ZIZ Radio and television to some extent.
Yes.
Yes, so I am pretty pleased and proud to associate myself with the radio station, who have been doing a wonderful job so far in terms of feeding out the programs and both the television and radio in all respect, especially persons like Mr. Jason Via Galloway, Mixed Talk, and those persons who have been contributing, and you, Tony, who have done yeoman service over the years to ZIZ,
Okay.
and to all aspects of
Well,
political, social, and other
amen.
development
People want to hear about this weekend. Every year we look forward to this. Tell us what's happening this weekend.
Well, Mr. Ness, last year the COVID came on us like a bomb, and we had to abandon it last year due to the circumstances. This year we wanted to. Last year would have made 63 years since its existence. This year would be 64 years. And I spoke to the authorities. I spoke to Mr. Abias Samuel quite a while now. And he said they would have met and discussed it. The commissioner, I spoke to him about it as well one morning early. The discussion is just recently. He got back to me about 3 to 4 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago, he called me and told me that the committee met and they had the discussion extent, and they recognized the volume of crowds we have and the persons associating themselves with the bars, and the crowd is getting larger. And they decide that in the interest, we should not have it. They took a decision. They don't think we should. Now, because the sponsors and others are out there clamoring to go. Because when I've been walking around to go to the schools and other things, the people yelling, what about the aquatic sports? What about the aquatic sports? But if it needs be, and because of the virus and everything, I think it didn't bother me much, because it's an ongoing sports. And next year will be the 65th year. And it gives me a chance to reflect and to thank the sponsors who have been overwhelming. We had, at one time, long time, we had like 10 and 12 and 15 sponsors. Just before the COVID, we had something like 40-something sponsors. And it was growing in size, and we had persons who were affiliated to it, which were of reputable substance. In fact, just year before, 2 years ago, the CASCAB came on board. And when we think things were going down, it started to rise. CASCAB gave us 32 cases of drinks. And we were able to give out whole cases of drinks, which was a big thing. Just the year before the COVID now, in fact of diminishing, they gave us 54 cases. And last year, we hadn't it, but somehow I did not send in the letter very early to them, and the lady said, what about the letter? You know, you understand? So it means that people really want to, they see where their fruits are going. I've always, every time I go on Mixed Talk show on the night and explain in detail every single body, what they give, how they give it, why they gave it. Some of the main sponsors you find, like Coates and TDC and Uncle T's. He sponsored the music, the opening music. Not the music, but it's normally go on the mic to thank all the persons who contribute, and so, which is a big thing. And I always feel that when you have these functions, it's always good to go there and speak about the persons who contribute. Because by them doing so, it widens the scope, make them spend more in the community, and make people buy more from them. Because if they're contributing, then quite obviously they're going to. We have a number of them. I have all of them listed, and I'm going to, we have the Coast Guard always there, so maybe it's a good thing they're there. The EMS service, they're always there on the pier. We want to thank them. The electricity department, because they give us the pole, thanks to Mr. Jomo Williams. Yeah, we have the pole there. We put in the pole. We get it greased by the guy Roberts, they call him. I forgot his name there, but he always greased the pole. He's a very good gentleman. And Bonzo. These are young men who people just look to them as nothing. But these are creditable people. And the way how they dedicate themselves to the sport, and the gifts, how they help me to distribute them. I want to thank, while here, there was a lady they called Jovita Hazel from Cascab, who was quite instrumental, and she came the last year and assisted me with giving out the prizes. She was right there giving out the gifts for Cascab. We had the boxing, and almost everybody who fought got a case. Bonzo was the one dealing with that. We have a person like Mr. Al Clark. I want to thank him big time. As a 4-H'er, he came up to the ranks, and he's always there at my side for over the years. He starts the races, and what's his name there? Bonnie from Sandy Point. Bonnie is a distinguished gentleman. He has been involved in all of the sporting organizations in St. Kitts. He gives his whole heart to that institution, and he's a workaholic, and he's somebody you can depend on. When Bonnie tell you he's coming, Bonnie is coming, and he sticks there. You understand? I'm sorry that it isn't there this year, but trust me, as I indicated to Mr. Samuels and others, one of the things he indicated to me, he said, look, I believe definitely are going through it next year. But he said, one of the things you have to get is to make sure that people are vaccinated. Right. And it's my duty to, I haven't done that yet, but I'm going to do it. And it's a good thing, because the more vaccinated you get, to reach to the 70%, it makes it better for the entire country. We're able to open up quicker, as the Prime Minister indicated in a speech he had there. Some people, that's negative. It's not going to kill you. It's better for you, because if you open the country, it's better for everybody, especially the tourism industry. And we need to pay specific attention to that. However, next year, God spare life. I'm
expecting, since we didn't have it this year, I'm expecting 2 ham next year. Is that what it was?
Man, not 2 ham. We're going to have maybe 4 ham.
Oh, okay.
Or 5 ham. Okay. We're going to have some new interventions.
All right, okay.
And I'm sitting down with Mr. Clark and the same lady, Jovita, very instrumental. I like her movement. She's brisk and efficient, and the wife of Roger Gums. She assisted me tremendously as well. And there are many others. I want to pay special respect to Mr. Teixeira. He was one of the architects who would always be there writing down the names of the swimmers, because you see, it's very important that we have somebody down there. Tish was a teacher and a friend, and it's always important to have somebody down there writing the names. I'm going to tell you why. Because you see, 3 fellas would come up, and one come third, but he go in and he give you name, so he come first. And then you have confusion. So it was always important that you have somebody there of that caliber to make sure that the names were properly written. So when you're ready to give out the prizes, we had quotes, a whole big TV they gave, Weed Eater. These are the quality of prizes, Hobson's Enterprise, Diamond Security. I mean, these are the kind of the brewery, they give the tent, they pay for the boxing ring, they pay for the music in the afternoon, they still give drinks. I mean, it's so much there to speak of, but, and we always, what I did over the last year, I put a big board, and every single thing they gave, it could be a soap. It's written down there. Everybody go to the board, look at the board and see what people gave. One year, I can recall the gentleman for the OECS around the fort there. He came down there the afternoon, and he came and he shook my hand. He said, I was so impressed. Curry is wholesale. They gave 6 bottles of ketchup, the big bottles of ketchup, a special product they got. And when I'm on the mic, because I like to call out what they give and everything. It shows transparency and so on, everything is on the table, nothing covered. And he came down, he said, you know what I was impressed with? I sat there in my office and I listened to you saying Curry gave 6 ketchup. And it gave me a sort of inspiration just to come down. Because if they give that, that is what they give. And, you know, transparency is very important. Even the guy who carries down the thing, Roger, when he carries down the gifts, and he come back for me the afternoon to carry back up the empty bucket with grease and so, and so. And, you know, he would say, boy, you're 1 out of 10,000, because, you know, I carry down all these things and going back home with just a case or 2 that I have maybe for the same guy and for somebody else, you know. But the thing is that the support has been overwhelming. The Demerara distillers, they give a whole case of stuff there. What you call this small little nips. You know, people go for that. And the trophies, Eustace Warner donate some. I mean, the whole thing, to call everybody name is thing, but the names are there at the right time. One of the things I'm making sure is being done this year. I have the time now. School has 3 weeks holidays. I'm putting all of my material. A lot of my stuff was thrown away over Canary. Trust me, I wouldn't say no more about that. But the thing is, I was able to find some of them on hard drives and so. So I have all my pictures, over 5,000 pictures. I'm finding them back, sorting them out, book the different material of the Bedfront, the history of this, those persons that were honored, and so been digging and diving and had to go over Canary to look for some that were thrown away. It wasn't easy, you know. It wasn't easy. But I can assure the public that what I'm going to do for the 65th anniversary, as I've discussed with the family of Basil Henderson, Sharon Joe, I told her what I'm going to make it huge. And one of the things I want to do is to have a statue erected of Mr. Basil Henderson. I have a picture already that I want to do so. And I'm going to be calling on the public. There are lots and lots of persons who benefited psychologically, everywise, from the benefits that were derived from the fort's development to Mr. Basil Henderson as a 4-H'er, as the founding member of Carnival, 1957, and other things. And so football, he was captain for the football team, rivals and other things. And so he was a community-minded man. He worked for the social welfare department, and they were able to introduce, he was able to introduce the Queen shows from the community developments, the sporting developments, and he also, the parks and what you call he had the different competitions where they had all the different communities. They had them judge the best community, and they would be given trophies and other things and so. But that's one the thing. The launching of the booklet will be at that time. I'm thinking of doing a banquet. The reason for that is, I don't know if you remember Fisherman's Wharf. I honored over 365 persons over a 5-year period. You remember that? When Dr. Simmons and all those had involved and everything, and so Billy Herbert and And the whole community, we went wild and we had everybody chipped in. We had, at one time, I honored 100 persons, 65 from St. Kitts, 35 from Nevis. And I could go on with this thing, you know. Let me tell you, 365 persons.
Okay. All right, here's what we're going to do. We will take a break. We will come back on the other side and we will continue our discussion with the Doctor of Culture here in studio on everything Easter, and we're going to talk culture and folklore on the other side of this break.
At ZIZ, we want to take a moment to salute our small business owners and encourage you to support them. Our small business owners are always hard at work providing quality goods and services to you. They also provide employment for many and can be counted on to give back to our communities. Today and every day, we salute our small business owners and we say thank you for the opportunity to provide advertising services to you. If you're a small business, call us at 465-2621 to join our family of small business advertisers. Call us 465-2621. You'll be glad you did. 6 decades of togetherness in radio. ZIZ, the cornerstone and foundation of broadcasting.
The golden voice of the nation celebrates 60 years of service to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis.
ZIZ Radio, sustaining its long legacy of service in the local, regional, and global media industry. ZIZ Radio, communicator, educator, and entertainer for 60 years.
Building on our legacy, ZIZ at 60.
On the road to good health, you must visit Nature's Discount Nutrition Center on 4th Street. Nature's Discount is your first stop for all natural supplements to maintain the health of the entire family. Natural alternative medicines to heal your ailments. Natural weight management supplies to ensure you look good. Nature's Discount Nutrition Center also carries all of your sports nutrition supplies, cleansing and digestion products, natural health and beauty products, oils, organic and gluten-free foods, energy and endurance, and sexual well-being supplements. Nature's Discount Nutrition Center on 4th Street is open 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Sunday. Nature's Discount Nutrition Center, your get healthy, feel wealthy people.
The pandemic is a wake-up call. Far too many Caribbean people are overweight, obese, or living with NCDs and are at higher risk of becoming very ill from COVID-19. In a time when things feel out of our control, we need the power of choice. Caribbean leaders can make a real difference by introducing octagonal warning labels on the front of packaged products to help us identify which products are high in salt, fats, and sugars. Now more than ever, we need better labels, better choices, better health. This message is brought to you by the Pan American Health Organization, the Healthy Caribbean Coalition, the OECS Commission, and UNICEF. For more information, find us on Healthy Caribbean Coalition social media platforms.
With just a click, you can stay safe and go digital with any of Sagicor's online services.
Paying premiums, submitting claims, changing policy information, and so much more can all be handled using one or more of Sagicor's online services.
For more information on ways to do business with us electronically, visit sagicor.com.
Let's stay safe.
Sagicor, we're all in this together.
Girl, you got some animals around here killing me. They would not keep out my yard. Can't even get food from my own garden. I'm trying to save to buy some fencing, but they're very expensive and the cheaper ones won't keep the donkeys out.
You haven't heard that we have our own fence manufacturers right here in the Federation? And their prices are better than any place else. JNF Fencing at Long Point. Joe bought heavy fence from them that's keeping out the big animals for the same price as other places sell that light, flimsy wire that animals just push down. Plus, they can make whatever height you want, 3 feet to 10 feet. And you know what? Buying stuff made right here keeps the money in the Federation and boosts the economy. And listen, JNF Fencing is offering special prices until March 31st, you know. So call them now. The number is easy to remember. 469-4692. You got it? 469-4692. J&F Fencing at Long Point, your local chain link manufacturer.
All right, welcome back to Frank and Candid. I'm Tony Nass, and I have in studio with me the doctor himself, the doctor of culture, Zach Nisbet, and he has given us the disappointing news that we won't be having the aquatic sports, but we understand why in these COVID times. But now that we had the disappointing news, he has plans for next year, which is the 65th anniversary. So, Zach, tell us what the plan is, the big plan for next year.
As I indicated, the statue is first and foremost on my mind. And there are many persons, as I indicated, benefited from that 4-H. And let me tell you something. The statue is important, and we're going to have a week of activities. I want to have a spelling bee competition where the questions will be based on the development of some of the persons who are involved in the 4-H, a history about them, those who came through. We'll sort out all that, get somebody set it out to me, and have special prizes that would benefit the kids. That's one thing. We will also have 65 plaques I want to get, so that you can give out to persons who have contributed to the development of the whole planning and everything over the years. So I want to make that, but I'm using the time now to sort out all that. As I said, we have some competent people around me who I could depend on, those who are very serious. So we're going to do that. We're going to have other activities in between. So to culminate the whole thing, we want to have even a dance as well after the banquet, and not the jump up sort of thing. A nice band, play some lovely music, and so we have a proper dinner and so. So I'm putting that in place early.
Okay, great. Sounds good, and we look forward to talking a lot more about that. Yes. The 465-2555 is our local number. 718-577-2916 is the North American number, if that's more convenient for you. So with that, let's see if we have a question or comment for the Doctor of Culture. Good morning. Welcome to Frank and Candid.
Hello, Tony.
Hey.
Yeah, good morning, family.
Hey, good morning.
Okay, the Doctor of Culture in there?
Yes, he is.
Okay, good morning, Doctor.
I can hear.
Yeah, here. Put on your earphone.
Yes, just give me a minute. I'm trying to adjust the thing on my head here. Give me a second.
Good.
Yes.
Squeeze in your head, man.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, Jack, I have a suggestion and a question.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you know, around this time we do Easter aquatic sports.
Yes, sir.
You just have a little exhibition of boxing down there.
Yes.
My question is, why not continue with the youngsters with the boxing business? Why not get the club going and keep them active?
Okay.
And let them burn out their energy in there and learn the skill of boxing, so that later on they could reach up in the ranks in whatever weight and able to live from the boxing. That's my thing. Rather than once a year and then you let them go look, like the wind.
Culture. So, that's a good suggestion. In fact, just recently, I was speaking to Bumpy. Why I spoke to Bumpy? Because Bumpy have gears. You can't do anything without gears.
Definitely.
He has his boxing gloves, his bag, and I said, Bumpy, I believe I got a little space up there by me, and we could do something. It must be disciplined. We don't want anybody coming in there to cause confusion. And I'm thinking about it seriously. At afternoons, maybe from 5 to about 7, some days in the week, and have a walk out there, have him train them, exercise them, teach them how to box, and time to time bring in somebody else to assist the youngsters in particular, those who want to do that.
Okay, let me interject.
All right. Quickly.
Where we have a lot of community centers around, they can be used.
Yes.
And then you also have the great hunks out there. Hunks could give advice.
Oh yes.
And help to train.
We are not going
because
to
this thing will have to be on a large scale. Not just in up by your compound.
Yeah.
And that like that. Because this thing should be nationally preserved and operated. Anyway, I'll move to somebody else get a tone.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the phone. Good morning. Okay. I think we missed that caller. Not paying attention there. Good morning, caller. Live. You're live. Good morning. You're live. Okay. Caller is probably not listening to us, but all right, we'll try again. Okay, call us back 465-2555. Yeah, you wanna follow up on that culture?
Yes, what I was saying is that we were thinking that that is a good suggestion, and to expand it, not only just there's just for them to start their little knock up and thing and so, but to expand it, because too often we have boxers and boxing associations and so formulated, and then they don't go anywhere forward. To me, just a lot of chat. You must be dedicated. You must have the passion and the commitment for whatever you are doing. Just like I'm involved in the culture, and my whole life is dedicated to that. My whole life is dedicated to that. And when you see me, you see culture. I mean, you can attest to that at your home in Sandy Point.
Okay, let's try this caller. Good morning, caller. You're live.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Good morning to you, Mr. Nice, and good morning to Mr. Nisbet.
Good morning.
Yes.
Yeah, Mr. Nisbet.
Yes, sir.
I want to say something to you.
Yeah.
It might be a little harsh. It's not going to be disrespectful. I'm not going to disrespect you in any way, form, shape, or that creed. But I think you have a problem. And what I think the problem is, you want to do everything by yourself. Right? Because you have these youngsters, people around you. You're getting up in age, and all of us, though, if you think, what one of these days, we're going to either have to stop or we're going to dead. Right? And I haven't heard you. I listening to you this morning, last year, or the last time you was on with I think it was Tishira, you spoke, and I haven't heard you mention of anybody who you having to understudy you in terms of what you're doing, so that they could either help you in the meanwhile, and then eventually take over from you, because you're not the first person who invent the aquatic sports here. The thing is, Mr. Basil Henderson, if he's not the first, he's the person who I knew of it first. Right? And you would have understudied him, because he know at some point in time he's gonna move on, whether by age and he just stop, or in death he's gonna move on, and somebody else, he want to know that after he would have moved on, somebody else really, or other people are there to carry on, because he think his intention is for the sport to continue going long after he's gone, right? And I think that is one of the problems. I know you have a lot of ideas and you're good in what you're doing, but I think that is one of your problems. You're not allowing anybody else to get involved with you. You're kind of guarding it, having it up to your chest, and I don't think it's a good idea. And I believe you need now to start doing something like that. Thank you for listening to me.
Yes.
And if I am disrespectful in any way, I apologize.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. When you are in these...
Sorry, before you take that, we have a caller waiting. Let's not lose this caller.
Okay.
Then you can answer that. Caller, go ahead. You're live.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Mr. Nayad, and good morning, the culture man.
Yes, how are you, sir?
I tend to agree with the young man just now who called in to things. I think you should now start to train some people to walk in your footsteps. How you're going to get it do, I don't know, but you're smart enough, you're bright enough, to do that kind of thing. Mr. Nash,
Yes,
I
sir.
want to push a little plug in. And the plug is I listen to the calling of the boats and the different things. And up to now, think it's a mention. Yet anyway, you could get them taxi drivers and people in the hotels, etc., to go out, check the vaccination so you could pass them out, so them ships could start coming, so people could get the bills paid and get everything done. You know, so I don't know if you could, between you and culture, therefore you could get the thing going and beg people to go and take the vaccination.
Yes, that's going to be key.
Okay, brother.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. That is so true. We got a caller. Let's take this call. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Listen, I got in late on hearing what the topic was about, but it seemed like it's involved and boxing. But I need to say something on the martial arts system we had in St. Kitts. The Taekwondo, St. Kitts Nevis Taekwondo Karate Club. Original from Korea in the style Chundo Kwan. Listen, do you know St. Kitts have a lot of great potential stars, especially when match up against the rest of the world, okay? But here is a sign a king does not honor in his country. Listen, St. Kitts had a good martial art team, and to some people it looked like we just playing, but we were for real. But you know what? Give me the strong conviction we were a good team, and I'm speaking for boxers too. We never get the push to ourselves and to be recognized that it was left to our own, since we were serious and convicted into such a thing. Listen, I left St. Kitts for reason because of martial arts. And when I came out here, the training that we used to do back home, when I come out here and I look at other karate schools and stuff like that, they were nowhere near us. And you know something? When we mixed among other martial arts, I'm not speaking just for me, there are others, a lot of others, who left St. Kitts and come out to pursue different dreams. But in terms of the sports, the martial arts we have, I think the system should have been pushed very, very more seriously, because we are great, talented people. These people are very talented, okay? But the sporting organization, the government, they got to give support to all the sporting system in St. Kitts, even to our athletes, football players. When we mix among people outside, we know where we are. Okay. We know we value. So I am asking for all sporting potentials in St. Kitts and Nevis that they get the support.
Okay.
Overall.
Got you.
Okay.
All right, we'll take one more, and then we'll get Zach to chime in here. Good morning, caller. You're live.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, concerned with Zach and the aquatic sport.
Yes.
Yes, Andy then I directly just help him. This is James Bonnie Pemberton.
Okay.
Yeah, I just help him, but I tell him we need a committee. Mm-hmm. We need a committee, and last Steve, for the COVID-19, we had a committee set up in place to carry on. And Zach could assist with that. I always help him with that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. That's my contribution.
Okay. Zach, we had quite a few callers there. You want to respond?
Yeah, but Bonnie is a wonderful gentleman. Okay. And he is a part of my whole organization. Very reliable, as I indicated earlier. Mm-hmm. Tony, some people are a bit ingenious. You understand me? And not to discard what some of the callers say, but Tony, what I have done in the St. Kitts and what I'm doing is beyond compare. Mm-hmm. And people, people don't have any conscience. But look, just last week, Tony, you can be assured. I went up to Newtown School. That's my alma mater. I used to go to Newtown School in front of the fire station. My commitment is fully people who are around me learn when they want to learn. And they are learning. I go up there and I thought we are trying to bring back the cakewalk up there. You know what happened, Tony? The schools, I find, they have so much of them. Some of them don't have any sponsor. I went over to Sal personally. I told the head teacher, he's a new head teacher from Semper, went over to Sal, get them in one shot to sponsor the school. Sal, because the cakewalk is something that we want back fully. They have the dance, the Japanese girls, the clowns, the Uncle Sam, the millionaire, the butlers, the lancers, the Virginia reel, and I plan to teach that 100%. I go in the school and we practice grade 2 students, and I had to go down on the ground and dance to show them that I'm younger than them. You understand me, grade 2? Because, and not only that, when we practicing them, you keep telling them, look, watch to see what I'm doing. You understand me? You turn around, grade 5 and grade 6 came in the last time. They weren't supposed to be, but they came in and they joined in. And you want them? They kept dancing. And it's as soon as school open back into that, because it will happen. The sponsorship is there already. We go down to Depe, the Red Cross Regimental, with Miss Mason. Miss Mason asked me to speak to the Parents Teachers Association. I left down there after 8 at night. I told them to sit down and watch and study what I'm doing. And everything I do, there's teachers there who follow in. If they want to learn, they learn. You understand? It's so much of things I'm involved in. I give my whole heart to what I'm doing. So how people could say I keep it to myself? That is not free, and that is not right. It is not right. Because my commitment to this thing is serious.
All right, let's take a call. Good morning, welcome to Frank and Candid.
Yes, Mr. Nisbet, we know all of that. What I am trying to say to you is that you have to single out some person.
I've done that. I've been doing that.
Yes, wait. You have to single out some person. Mr. What's his name? The gentleman before you, who I think might have started it from the 4H. He knew that he would not have been here all the time. He know at some time he would have passed on, or he would have finished with it. So he would have passed on that knowledge to you, because he would have singled you out because maybe he saw your energy, and so he passed on the knowledge to you. So we're saying you ain't gonna be here forever, Mr. Nisbet.
We know that.
You know, right? So
we know that.
If you're so wait, let me think. If you're so intrigued and you so love the sports and you so want to see these things to maintain, to carry on, you got to teach somebody. Don't tell about you see somebody. Oh, sit down and look at what I do.
People learning.
No, that ain't.
I teach people. I teach people all the time.
I could sit down and look. Sit down. You could tell me sit down and I'm looking at you and I ain't learning nothing.
I teach people all the time. As long as you're dedicated and interested, you come.
Choose some person. You could go by 100 school and the children them sit down, and none of them at the end of your performance or where you say none of them can tell you one word.
Not only schools, but in every avenue.
Choose some. You see how defensive you're trying to be is because you in your mind. You still believe that you alone can do it, and you can't.
That is what you feel.
Really work by yourself.
You feel so.
Do it. You need to get other people with you, so the sport can live on after you.
All right.
Thank you.
I am doing my utmost best by the help of the good Lord. People are benefiting, and I know that for sure. Trust me. When you have certain talent, you don't have to go to no university to get that talent. It's a gift from God. There are some people that don't have that gift.
Let's take another call. Good morning. Welcome to Frank and Candid.
Good morning, Brother Tony.
Good morning, politics.
And good morning to the Doctor of Culture.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I want to commend you.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're strong encouragement you got to go on. And especially going to the school them and letting the children know
the art form of culture. You understand? But don't get frustrated. I understand what the callers are talking about. Don't get frustrated about that. Now, let me tell you something. Zach.
Yes, sir.
With the aquatic sport this year.
Yes.
I believe that something could have been done. You must keep it how we keep it, because sometimes the people in the bit cut up down there, people don't bungle up down there. And I believe that they should have given a little opportunity to keep the aquatic sport, the little swimming, the little boxing, and the little wherever, because, it ain't a big event to say that people can crowd up. This is Eastern people report for that occasion. Last year,
it is a big event.
It is.
But I said one set to two. People gonna make it political. Oh, look at Zach kick this, and look at Zach did that.
Yes.
And we can't keep a dance. We can't go keep this, and we can't go keep that. It's a out everything. It's a outdoor thing. Outdoor, not indoor. So people can get up in a hall or something. So I believe that something could have been done. But what do you call it again? The frontline workers, them, the Mr. Abia Samuel and his team, he decided no, and we got to abide by that. Yeah?
You have to.
I believe that, this is my opinion. I believe we could have kept. All right then.
Okay.
That's not the frustrated man.
Okay.
No, I'm not. You see what happens? Some people
let's
feel.
take this other call first. Go ahead, caller. You're live.
Yes, good day.
Good day.
Tony?
Yes.
Yes. I'm calling from California. I'm a long listener, first time caller.
You're Paulie. Yeah, go ahead.
To Mr. Zach, I say congratulations, and you're not going to remember me, but you and I worked years ago, about 30 years ago, because of the 4-H organization. I'm from Molyneux. Mr. Henderson had great respect for you.
Yes.
He always encouraged us to work with you. You always assisted the 4-H in numerous ways, especially for our sports day. You were the one who engineered it, and that's why Mr. Henderson felt you were the right man to assist him and do the aquatic sports. 60 plus years, and Mr. Henderson has passed away over 20, so that means you have carried the weight of the burden. And I'd like to come to your defense when people say that you need to get people around you. Why I'm defending you? Because I have been in that situation with Mr. Henderson. For years, he trained many of us to be there for him. Some of us, unfortunately, had to leave because of our livelihood, and some of us got lost interest. But what I'm trying to say is that it's not easy to get young people involved in these kind of events. They are not motivated for some reason, and I know you have been trying, and I know you have lost. You had people, lost them. You have people, so keep working. But very quickly, the statue about with Mr. Basil Henderson is long over. This is a man who has contributed numerous ways to St. Kitts' development in culture, in social affairs. As you said, he started the Queen Show, the Calypso Show, he started Carnival, he started so many things, and it will be an honor for the people of St. Kitts to see a statue of Basil Henderson. And Mr. Zach, one day your statue will come too. Keep up the good work. Thanks so much for accepting my call, Tony.
I do appreciate that, sir. Thank you very much.
All right, let's take this call. Good morning, welcome.
Hello.
Good morning.
Oh, okay, yes. Yeah, after the last caller, I was contemplating whether I should hang up or not. But anyways, let me just give my contribution because it's something that I wanted to talk about. Now, there are others who, previous callers who talk about your guest should think about training somebody to take up after he has left. You know, and that makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense, okay? But the thing about it is, we will have to look at this in a broader sense, okay? Now, what your guest, Mr. Zach, is doing, it entails a lot of work and time, okay? Now, it is one thing for us to say, well, he should train somebody to take up from after him. Yes. For continuity, yes. But my question is, and it touched by the previous caller, my question is, who among us will really have that interest, that drive, that ambition to really continue this thing the way Mr. Zach Nisbet is doing it? I don't know if he's paid in any way. Well, who will do that? And if he's not been paid, it means that he has a passion. So who among us will take that up and continue it with more fervor, with more ambition, even more than what Mr. Zach is doing, even if they're not getting paid? So we have to look at it from this position too, because it's not enough to say, well, he should train somebody. Yes, I agree. But I hope that what was said, put forth out there, that it was coming from a good place in the heart, and is not to look at it to say, well, okay, he's just holding on to this thing and he don't want to let it go. No, only Mr. Zach can really defend himself in this case, right? But for this to continue, even after him, and to continue and to grow even better, we have to have persons who will have this history at heart. I heard him say he rescued some things from off of the dump. Trying out these things, there's no interest. So who among us? Not me personally. I tip my hat off to him, because people have to have that ambition and that interest. So me ain't going to say such and such and such. If I know me ain't in a position to really take that on because of other stuff and so on. So it's a tall order, but I just hope that somebody could be there. I'll continue to listen.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you
for listening. Go ahead, caller, your life.
Greetings in the name of our great African ancestors, especially the most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey and Queen and Zing. God bless them, my beloved African brothers. How your brothers doing?
Very good.
Great.
Yes, brother. Everton, Zach Lisbeth, man. How you doing, brother?
More than good, sir. Nice to hear you.
All right, man. I remember those days, man. At Park Range and Bastille High School, man. Yes. And your sister Millie, man. I love Millie, man. We're in class in second form. But that's for another time.
Yes.
Yes, beloved. Beloved, let me say, man, let me congratulate you for the tremendous, let me repeat that, tremendous work you have done, beloved brother, throughout the years, beloved. You alone can't do it. You only can do such much, brother. So who are those who think, you know what I mean? You train who you can train. What about those who are talking? Train young brothers, train young sisters too. Yes. Brother Zach alone cannot do it. He is only one person. I mean, one person could make a great difference that he's doing. But instead of coming on and saying, brothers, you get young brothers and sisters and train them in whatsoever field. You ain't got to be aquatic sports. So, you know, brothers, I don't understand this thing in some of our African people. Always bashing brothers and sisters who are doing the work. Instead of bashing brothers and sisters, you find something to do. Sisters and brothers, find something to do to elevate our youths. And when someone take up the mantle and doing it, you know, work alongside with them, beloved. So, brother Zach, man, brother, let me congratulate you again. Keep up the great work and do what you have to do, beloved brother. Do what you have to do. You're going to be all kind of critics. People that only criticize you when you are doing tremendous things. Brother, so brother, I know you are a strong African warrior, so just continue, beloved brother. Take care. You brothers, Pan-Africanism are first. You continue to listen. One love, beloved brother.
All right.
Thanks for your commendation.
Okay. All right. Zach, it's time for us to wrap. Give us your final thoughts. I mean, well, first of all, I don't necessarily think that people are bashing you. They have some thoughts.
Yes.
You don't believe they're bashing you, right?
I don't think so.
They just have some thoughts. I mean,
Yeah.
so, wrap up for me.
Yeah, Tony, it's always a thing when you're aspiring to do things. There's always someone there to undermine at times. But my passion and dedication is from my heart. And whatever I'm doing it for the interest of St. Kitts Nevis. You understand me? And when I'm doing it, I make sure I do it properly. Because over the years we had hitches and different things and so. But my thing is to bring about a better St. Kitts, because the neglect of our culture causes lack of love. And I have seen that in the developments of the honoring of our veterans of St. Kitts Nevis, which I had done at Fisherman's Wharf and that sort of thing. And many more things are there to come. But presently, from tomorrow, for the whole 3 weeks of the school holidays, I'm going to be doing an exhibition at the Zach's Historical Cultural Library and Museum. We are asking everyone to come on down there and look at what we have. The theme is emancipation to independence, and we specify and knowing your history about St. Kitts Nevis, the church warriors who brought us to where we are, the political aspect of things, the social and the business people, all that we are bringing out. Make sure it opens from 10 o'clock every morning, right down until 5, right down until the school opens the 19th. So about the 16th we're going to, on a daily basis. Please make sure you come in, put a contribution inside the box, and you will have a proper tour. Because it's important to know where we came from and as to where we are going. Who made it what it is today? Please come and look at what we have.
Okay.
Very important.
All right, Zach. We got a lot of stuff to cover. We didn't get to cover all. We have to come back. We have to come back.
Yes.
But we are out of time.
Yeah.
And we thank you all for your calls, for your contributions, suggestions, comments, what have you. I'm Tony Nice, and we will be back tomorrow, if it is to be, with more conversation right here on Frank and Candid.
Don't forget.
ZIZ Radio, entertaining the nation, enjoyed by the world.
Shipping your cargo shouldn't be a hassle. It can be as easy as a single call to Amerijet International, your worldwide cargo transportation solution. We provide all the services you need to ship your goods anywhere in the world. Whether your shipment is fresh, frozen, large or small, alive or hazardous, you can count on Amerijet to deliver it safe and sound. Amerijet International, by land, sea or air, we get it there. For more information, visit us on the web at www.amerijet.com or call us at KDP Enterprises 466-9595.
Here Here we go again. The Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Marine Resources present Agri Easter Night Market. Wednesday, 31st March from 5 p.m. until 9 p.m. Local sellers bringing you the freshest crops, meat, fish and prepared food. The first one was so nice, we had to do it twice. And this time, it's the Easter season. So, hop on over to the Bastia Public Market and get your